Hello everybody, this is Roller with Winterbrose, and we just want to give you a quick preview of our new pose set for the storage house prop that was created by Imaginary 3D. This set contains poses for both the Genesis 8 female and the Genesis 8 male, along with a couple presets for the barrel and the crate that come with the storage house. We pulled up the open door pose here for the Genesis 8 male. You can see he's positioned in the storage house with his hand on the post and on the handle of the door to open it up. Oops, hang on a second. I want to a little rotate around here for you so you can see how it looks. You can get a little bit of his facial and his footing. Okay, and we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Second pose here is lean on rail for the Genesis 8 female, and you can see she's up there on the balcony of the storage house, and we'll circle around so you can see that she gets a good view of the whole environment, whatever she may be looking at, and she's pointing at something she's seen. And of course, here's pose 3, the lean on rail for the Genesis 8 male, which he'd be standing right next to her. We'll go ahead and focus that, and he's out looking over the railing 2 from up on top of the storage house. Then we move on to pose 4, the walk downstairs for the Genesis 8 female. You can see she's at the top of the storage house steps there, walking downward on the steps. And of course, you can move her to any set of steps up and down that you like, or you can use these poses, actually all these poses, in different scenes with different environments, not necessarily the storage house. And here's pose 5 with the Genesis 8 female walking up the stairs. You can see, move around a little bit here so you can see her. And here we move on to the Genesis 8 male, pose 6, walking down the stairs. We'll rotate it around a little bit so you can see it. And of course, then there's pose 7, the walking up the stairs for Genesis 8 male. Like I said, you can take these poses and you can use them in different environments and with other scenes. You might have to make slight adjustments to the feet, or raise the legs up a little bit, up and down. And we want to go ahead and show you these two poses here together. This is 8 and 9, sitting on the roof for the Genesis 8 female and male. And we'll just go ahead and rotate around. You can see them from the back side and from the top. I mean, this would be good for like if you was doing a residential neighborhood with a boyfriend and girlfriend sitting on the roof or anything like that. Now, this hand might look a little messed up, but it's not. It's that dagger. If we turn that dagger off, you'll see the hand looks fine. Go ahead and turn that off there and look a lot better in the scene. Like I said, you can use these for just about any kind of environment or scene that you want to. They're not necessarily going to be used with the storage house. Now they are positioned for the storage house, but that's easy enough. You can just click on them and move them wherever you want to use them in the scene. Here's a classic one, number 10, walk on the railing. We thought this was cool. We was trying to find some stuff to do in the scene, and we thought, well, it'd be cool if we show the female, oops, sorry, I got the ball in the way, walking across the top of the rails, being a little bit daring and acrobatic. And of course, you can use something like this in any scene with the Genesis 8 female. It wouldn't necessarily have to be on here. And like I said, you could position it. You could be on a tightrope, walking on the ledge of a building. Just so many things. It's all up to your imagination. For the next 3 poses, 11A, 11B, and 11C, it's a two-person carry for the crate, one of the props that's provided in the storage house. And you can see here we've got them positioned so that the Genesis 8 female is in the back carrying the crate, and the Genesis 8 male is in the front. And of course, you could take and we can just turn this crate off really quick. And you could use these for carrying of anything, where she might be carrying something in the front of her, or him carrying something behind him, or even as a pair together. It all depends. Just use your imagination. Use these poses with, like I said, with any set. Don't have to necessarily be with the storage house props, but they have a lot of flexibility. Here's poses 12A and 12B, which is the Genesis 8 female lifting a crate off of this stack of crates. You can see she's picking it up so that she can carry it somewhere, or she can carry it in unison with the Genesis 8 male when they get together to do the two-person carry. And here in pose 13, we got the Genesis 8 female grabbing a crate off the top of the stack of crates that were in the whole set when you load the scene for the storage house. She could be bending over picking up a crate on any scene in any environment, or a box, or whatever you might need it for. Like I said, these poses aren't limited strictly to the storage house. However, they are positioned to go to those locations when you load the whole storage house set. Here's pose 14. It's a Genesis 8 female sitting on a barrel, just kind of relaxing while everybody's moving supplies around her. She's just kind of gazing off into the distance. Like I said, all these poses are very flexible. They can be used in a lot of different places, not just with the storage house. Here is pose number 15A and B, just a female rolling a barrel. You can see we have her sitting here pushing this barrel around on the ground. And of course we include the pose for Genesis 8 female, and then of course the one for the barrel to place it under her hands. And then of course if you want to move these two together, you could always group them, unlock them together, or create a new group of the two so that they would move together. And of course here we have poses 16A and B with the Genesis 8 male kicking or rolling the barrel with his foot. We titled it Kicking the Barrel. Like I said, so there's so many different things you can do here. And of course now you could use this using your imagination. Doesn't have to necessarily be a barrel he's rolling with his foot. He could be pushing on something you don't want to touch, or he could be kicking an adversary if it was like a fight scene. So you got to just kind of use your imagination when you load any pose set from any vendor or any artist, and use them for what works best for you and for your artwork or your production. And then again, here's 17A and B carrying the barrel for the Genesis 8 male, and we'll scroll it around here, and you can see he's got the barrel in his hands, carrying it to the ship or to a vehicle or wherever they're going to be loading it to, taking it from where it's at and putting it over there. And of course we include the barrel pose and the Genesis 8 male pose at the same time, so you can get those grouped together properly. And here again we got Genesis 8 male. This one is the lifting the barrel. You can see he's positioned here kind of the barrels that were under the steps, and he's picking them up so he can take it wherever he needs to take it. And the last pose in set number 19, got Genesis 8 male standing on a barrel, reaching up to do something. We got him set up on the staircase here on the barrel. He could be reaching up to one of the posts to hang a sign, or he might, if you turned him around, he could be reaching through the steps to maybe spook somebody going up and down the steps. There's so many different ways you might use this with him standing on the barrel and stretching. Like I said, all is up to your imagination and what you want to do with it. And one last thing I want to show you real quickly is that even though they're designed specifically for the Genesis 8 male or female in the post set itself, we're going to show you how you can kind of mix them up. So here we got the Genesis 8 male selected, and the pose here we designed for the Genesis 8 female will sit on the barrel. So we're going to go ahead and apply that to the Genesis 8 male, and then we'll go focus on him, and you'll see now he's up there on the barrel. Now because he's a different, his mesh is a little different, his sizing and stuff, you might have to make minor adjustments to him, his hands, his feet, or whatever, to make them make it work properly. But they are still interchangeable, so in essence you get way more than just the 20 poses or so for the two characters, because you can mix and match them. So we just wanted to show this to you that you can do that. We'll show you one more quick demonstration of that. We'll go ahead and we'll go back here to the pointing rail on the lean on the rail for the Genesis 8 female, and we'll go ahead and apply that one to the male, and we'll go focus on him really quick, and there he is. So yeah, these aren't designed necessarily, I mean they're designed specifically for those, but you can see like here his arm is leaning a little too far down on the rail, it's cutting in, and then of course you can see his foot down there is a little below the footboard, I mean the planks that you walk on. So what you could do is you might be able to take, and you're going to have to make minor adjustments, but you might be able to do something like that. In this case, all we had to do is do a little wide translation. Seemed to work fine. But you can mix and match these poses too. You're not stuck to just the original character that we designed them for. You might be able to use them for the other characters too. And the same applies maybe to if you have some character set applied to that Genesis 8 female and male. you can use them that way too. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of the storage house poses for Genesis 8 female, Genesis 8 male, and we hope you consider purchasing it. It's we got it listed for $5 on our website. We think it's a pretty fair price for the number of poses you get for the two. And if you've already purchased the storage house, this would be a nice addition to that collection. Have a great day.